All right, let's get into it. We're about to pull back the curtain on a piece of tech that you've seen at, well, pretty much every single sporting event you've ever been to, but I'm willing to bet you've never really noticed it. I mean, really think about it for a second. Every single point, every foul, every second that ticks by, that doesn't just happen. Someone or something has to be controlling it all. But how? Well, it's not magic. It's a box. And today, we're going to find out exactly what's going on with that box. So, let me introduce you to the unsung hero of the entire sporting world. This little thing right here, it's basically the central nervous system for tens of thousands of arenas, stadiums, and local fields all across the globe. Now, it doesn't look like much, does it? It's got that classic, beige, you could probably run it over with a truck look of 90s tech. You've got a tiny two-line LCD screen, a number pad, some basic buttons for the clock and the horn. Honestly, it's the kind of thing you'd walk right past without a second glance. But this unassuming console is the command center. It's the universal translator for the language of sports. So that brings us to the big question, right? How in the world can one simple-looking box possibly know all the complicated rules for every sport out there? How does it handle touchdowns in football, then turn around and manage strikes in baseball, or periods in hockey? The solution is just brilliantly simple. The secret weapon is this, the sport insert. It's literally just a piece of plastic that you physically slide into the console. You gotta think of it like an old-school video game cartridge. You pop in the baseball cartridge, and bam, the console is now a baseball scoreboard controller. You swap it out for the football one, and instantly, it knows a whole new set of rules. It is such a clever, low-tech solution to a really complex problem. And the range of sports this thing covers is just staggering. We're not just talking about the big ones, like basketball and football, no. We're talking water polo, rugby, cricket, and yes, even curling. This one single device has been programmed to understand the unique language and scoring of dozens and dozens of different games from all around the world. But here's the thing, these inserts do way more than just put new labels on the buttons. The second you slide one in, you are fundamentally changing the brain of the console. The entire logic just remaps itself to a brand new sport. So, okay, check this out. With the football insert, the keys become things like yards to go, down +1, penalty flag, and of course, you can add 6 points for a touchdown. Now swap in the baseball insert, and those exact same physical buttons now control ball count, strike count, and inning +1. The console is now speaking a completely different language. And this is where you see how deep this system goes, the keys for the more niche sports. For curling, you actually have a hammer select key. For Australian rules football, you're tracking super goals and behinds. Rugby, tries and conversions. Someone somewhere had to sit down and program the specific logic for every single one of these sports into this one box. It's just wild. Okay, so we've established it can run pretty much any sport. But what if you're not just dealing with one game? What if you have a huge sports complex, say a softball tournament with 4 games all happening at once? Well, the All Sport 5000 has that covered too, using this really simple but powerful radio system. It's a system called broadcast groups, and what it does is it basically turns the operator into a conductor of a digital orchestra. You can choose to send your commands to just one scoreboard, or maybe a specific group of them, or, and this is the cool part, every single display in the entire facility, all from one console. So, for instance, you can set the console to broadcast 1, and you're controlling just the scoreboard on field 1. Then, with a couple of button presses, you switch over to broadcast 2 to update the game on field 2. But here's the masterstroke. You set it to broadcast 0, and you can start the clocks, sound the horns, or reset the scores on every single field at the exact same time. It's one person, one box, with total control. But wait, there's more. Just when you think you figured this box out, it reveals it has a few more tricks up its sleeve. Turns out the All Sport 5000 has some pretty surprising hidden talents that go way beyond just keeping score. For starters, it can actually talk to other pieces of hardware. You can plug a jugs or a stalker radar gun right into the console, and boom, the pitch speed automatically flashes up on the main scoreboard. It just seamlessly integrates that outside data in real time. And then there's this feature called the segment timer, and this thing is unbelievably powerful. An operator can pre-program a whole sequence of up to 99 different timed events. So imagine a football coach running a super complex practice with dozens of different drills, each needing a specific amount of time. Or a TV station that has to perfectly time its commercial breaks. This console can manage all of that, transforming from a simple clock into this incredibly sophisticated event scheduler. And for the final reveal, it can do something that has absolutely nothing to do with sports. It has a dedicated event counter mode. You can actually program it to count down the days, hours, and minutes to some big future event, like a graduation ceremony or a town's big anniversary. And get this, when the countdown hits 0, it can start counting up, showing how long it's been since that event happened. It's the ultimate proof of just how versatile this thing is. So let's just wrap this all up with one final question. When you think about what connects the World Series, the Super Bowl, your local high school basketball game, and yes, even a curling match in some small town, what's the one piece of tech they might all have in common? Is this beige, unassuming little box sitting quietly on a scorer's table somewhere, speaking every language of sport, conducting a whole orchestra of digital displays, and just making the entire game possible for the rest of us to follow. It really truly is the unsung hero of the game.